I feel like it's been so long since I sat down to film a YouTube video. I feel like it's been like 2 weeks. And basically, if you don't know what's been going on in my life, I've been terribly sick for these past weeks. I've been so incredibly unlucky this past month that this story, like, I don't even need to convince you to watch this video. This is so freaking insane and unlucky that you will be speechless by the end of this video. Every year when January comes around, it's one of my favorite times of the year because there's something fresh about January. It just feels like you can sort of start things over or just do things better, become a better person. I don't know. I was so excited for this month. Like, I've been planning everything that's gonna happen in January for so long. I had plane tickets booked for me to go to Canada. I'm gonna spill all the truth in this video, so might as well just be honest with you. I was going to Canada because I was filming a new series for my channel. I booked my plane tickets for Canada back in November, and I also booked tickets for my cameraman. Usually I film my YouTube videos on my own, like I'm doing it right now. But if I'm traveling, it's a lot more difficult for me to like do outside shots and just film myself while I'm actually doing something. And for this series, like, I really needed someone to come with me, so I needed a camera person. So basically I hired someone. I told them 2 months ahead that I wanted them to film for me for about 3 weeks. So me and my cameraman, we fly to Toronto in Ontario in Canada, and we arrive there and it's freezing. And I sort of expected that Canada in January, like, it's gotta be freezing, it's gotta be very cold. What we didn't expect is that it was abnormally cold. Like, it was even colder for people who live in Canada. For people who've lived in Toronto their whole lives, they kept on saying that this is seriously cold. Every time I googled the weather, like, Google basically told me to stay inside because it was that severe. It was literally on like some red alert, or I don't know what that means. I obviously don't live in a cold country. So we arrived, and immediately I start to realize this is not as easy as I thought. Like, this is going to be a challenge. It's freezing. Every time I'm filming outside, I literally can't do it for more than 5 minutes. Like, we've tried so many times, so many shots. At this point, I've probably been in Canada for like 4 days. I'm not managing to film anything, and I've got like this pressure because I don't like to leave you guys without videos. I feel like one thing about me as a content creator is I'm pretty constant. Like, I never take too long without posting, and then it's sort of becoming a thing. Like, I can't actually film anything because all my ideas they just don't seem to happen. Obviously, I'm paying for the camera guy for all the work, even though I know that I'm not going to use any of this. And because I was spending money on that, we actually were staying at an Airbnb. So a trick that I always use when I'm filming, especially with someone else and we're traveling, is to just book an Airbnb with like 2 bedrooms or 1 bedroom and a living room. I don't mind sleeping in the sofa, so it works out cheaper for making videos and just for the whole thing. One day, one evening actually, we were getting ready to film something, right? The camera was on, the filming lights were on, everything was ready for filming, and then suddenly the fire alarm of the building just goes off right before filming. So this never really happened to me, but like, I'm freaking out because I'm thinking, I'm probably going to die here, right? I've got videos of this and I'm gonna show it to you, but basically I didn't have time to literally grab anything. I grabbed my coat and my passport, I think, and that's basically it. Like, I literally went running outside. Like, there were so many other people staying in Airbnbs at this building, so everyone is freaking out. Most people are foreign from other countries, and we don't really know what to do. Like, how it's freezing outside, how is there a fire on the inside, and there's water everywhere. I mean, like, the floor was covered in water. When we got outside, the fireman actually said that everyone managed to like just escape and everyone managed to be outside, so there was no danger for anyone. So my only concern at this point was actually my stuff that were still inside the building. Immediately I'm thinking like, oh my god, all my filming stuff, all my like clothes, all like my laptop. When we first arrived outside, it was snowing so much. It was freezing cold. I was so glad that I actually managed to put my big coat on. Obviously we were very relieved that nobody got hurt and that it wasn't actually serious, like no one was actually in danger, that it was more like there's water everywhere. By the time we got back inside, we just realized that like this is not going to be fixed anytime soon. There's literally water everywhere, and we realized that we need to move places. We need to go somewhere else. Very last minute, I had to book like another Airbnb because I had still over a week to stay there. And I realized this whole situation with the Airbnb and like no one was really there to help us or just sort of guide us through. I thought it'd be a lot better if I stayed in like a hotel. So instead of going to Airbnb, I booked kind of like a hotel, kind of like an apartment. It was booked on booking.com. So I was thinking that nothing else can go wrong. Like I've been so unlucky so far that like I just want to like make the videos that I was supposed to come here to film. I was so wrong. We check in into this hotel and it's great. Like it is like a very, very nice place. It's got like this amazing view of all the buildings in Toronto. It's honestly great. It's also on the 50th floor, so it's very high up. When I was carrying my bags upstairs, the guy was doing the check-in for us. I kind of made a joke that we got kicked out of the other Airbnb because there was a fire, and I said, well, if there was a fire here, I mean, I'd probably die. I mean, this is the 50th floor. It's not like you can easily just go downstairs because the elevators would obviously stop working. And we laughed because at the time, that was funny. We spent the next 2 days at this place and I kind of settled on the fact that I'm probably not going to be able to film this series in Canada. I go to bed and I'm sort of like thinking that I'm just gonna film something else, anything random, any other type of video like tomorrow morning, right? So I go to bed and like I'm pretty relaxed. I'm like, I'm gonna turn this around. I'm like a very positive person. Like I'm like, let's do it. It's going to be fine. Maybe this is just not meant to happen. I'm still gonna make great videos while I'm here. I wake up at, I think it was like 7:30 in the morning with a fire alarm. I mean, I thought I was dreaming because there's no way like in life that this could ever happen. Like you don't go from a place where a fire alarm goes off to another place where another fire alarm goes off. And at this point, I'm immediately jumping into like panic mode. I'm in survival mode because I'm on the 50th floor. It's so high up that you can't even see like people walking on the street. It's like tiny little dots. I don't know if it's because I was already on edge, but like I had a serious panic attack. And when this happens to me, I just stop being logical. I stop thinking. So all I did was literally go outside. Like I didn't grab anything. I didn't grab the keys. I didn't grab my passport. And worst of all, I didn't grab any clothes. The fire alarm is getting louder and louder. It's so incredibly loud. Like we can't talk to each other. We can't like even make a plan. And like I'm trying to sort of see if anyone else on my floor like is leaving, but like there seems to be no movement on my floor. So I'm like, is this like, I don't know what's going on. Like I'm not prepared to live this for a second time in like 2 days. Spoiler alert, if there's a fire alarm, the elevator is not going to work. So we find the emergency stairs, and all of this happened within like 10 seconds, 20 seconds of the first alarm. So we find the emergency stairs and we go on it, and this time around there's no water everywhere. I don't even know if I pulled my phone to film at this point because this was a lot more stressful than the first time, because I was pretty sure that if there is a fire, I am probably going to die here. When we get to the emergency stairs, a lot of people start coming out on every floor. So there's so many people just going down these stairs. And let me tell you, going down 50 floors it's the workout that I've never had in my life. I make a lot of jokes about me just being a lazy person in general, but wow, I am seriously going to start working out because everyone else was like going around me. Everyone else was speeding down the stairs. It felt like an eternity. It felt like I kept on going and going. For the last 20 floors, I was actually jumping from stairs to stairs because I actually couldn't move my legs anymore. So I finally get outside, right? We open the emergency door and then I realize everyone else is wearing coats. Everyone else is fully dressed. Why did I not think? Why did I not grab like a coat? Why did I not grab a jumper? I'm wearing a t-shirt and it's like minus 20 degrees Celsius, which I don't know, Google how much that is in Fahrenheit. The firemen also decide that we can't wait in reception, that we have to wait outside. And because it was still so early in the morning, there's no Starbucks, there's no place you can go to. Everything is basically closed. I think this lasted a few hours as well. I was staying outside, then Starbucks managed to open, so I did go inside. While I was waiting at Starbucks, I kept on calling the reception just to make sure that like everyone is okay. They didn't really specify what happened. All they said was that nobody got hurt, which we ended up not filming anything. So the next day as well, like I was still so stressed from like everything that happened that I just couldn't even think about filming. So it's like the universe is telling me that just leave Canada, just don't stay in Canada. So at this point as well, I'm like thinking, should I actually go back home? Like, what is actually going on here? But I still wanted to turn things around, so I'm still trying to make things happen. I found really cheap flights to go to the Bahamas, to go to Nassau in the Bahamas. So I have this big list on my phone of video ideas for like different places in the world, and because we found these really cheap flights to go to the Bahamas, I went on my Bahamas video ideas and I thought this is a great opportunity to make something different, especially because it's winter. I just thought that making content that was in a warm place, in like this very holiday like place, then maybe you guys would enjoy that because I suppose it would be different from what everyone else is posting. So I was really positive and excited about this. It was only for a few video ideas, so 4 or 5 days was like the perfect amount of time to go and film stuff. So we arrived in the Bahamas, we checked into the place and it's like really nice. Obviously my January curse doesn't end here, so I realized all the places that I had planned to film videos in, because it's not the right season, all of them were closed. All the ideas that I'd planned to film while I was there, like, it's just not gonna happen because it's winter and there's not a whole lot of tourists there. Like, they don't actually open places and the activities don't actually happen. Keeping it super real, at this point I just stopped. Like, I was like, this is just not meant to be. This is not happening. Like, I feel like the universe is really not letting me have these videos that I want to film. I've got no idea why, but like, it's just not meant to happen. So I thought, at least I'm in this beautiful place, this beautiful island. I can go to the ocean. Maybe it's a little bit cold to get in the water. I can enjoy some time off. Maybe this is what the universe planned for me. So we spent sort of like 3 days just like, you know, not doing much. Like, I edited some of the videos that I had filmed while I was in Canada, so I didn't get to do much. Keep in mind that my camera guy, like, he's not doing any of the things he's supposed to do. Not because it's his fault, but because nothing is happening the way I intended for it to happen. So it's making me feel really bad about that. I like to think that I'm like a professional person when it comes to my videos. Like, I like to do things on time. Like, I like to follow like a schedule just to make sure that like I'm not wasting anybody's time, not the people that help me making the videos and not you guys. So this is like something that is very important for me. I think on the 3rd day, the night before I was flying back, I decided to book this 5-star restaurant. And like, when I mean 5-star, it's like, this is the nicest restaurant in the whole island. This is like one of those places that you read on like the top 10 restaurants, and like that one is like number 2 or something for like the whole of the Caribbean. Obviously I'm expecting it to be expensive, but I felt like I've messed up so much that I owe it to this person who's working with me to just take them to like a nice dinner. I just felt like I needed to do this. I also kind of was looking forward to that. Like, I love fast food, you guys know that, but I also love going to like nice places. Like, I'm all about both. Like, it's a good balance that I like to keep in life. Because I booked this place so last minute, it was actually difficult to like find a reservation. So we sent them an email before and I sort of like said, hey, I would love to come try your food. And they were very, very nice about it. Like, they replied to the email and said, sure, we got a table for you, which you know, it made me feel like very welcome, I'm not gonna lie. If I'm making this video spilling the tea, it's only fair that I actually share with you guys which restaurant this happened at. I mean, out of honesty, the name of the place is the Dune restaurant in the Bahamas. And if you go on Google, like you type in the name of the restaurant, like they've literally got like a 5-star review, and when it shows like the little like money characters, it's all filled in, which means it's a very expensive place. I mean, you guys can go and check the menu. I think it's in dollars, just so you guys have an idea of how fancy this place is. So this place is by a very famous chef, which is called John Georges. I don't really know how to pronounce his name, but he is one of like a Gordon Ramsay type of chef. Like if you guys are into like food and cooking, for example, one of his restaurants has got 3 Michelin stars. Like that's freaking crazy. So here's when it gets interesting. We arrive at the restaurant and it's like right in front of the ocean. It's in this like 5-star resort, like it's inside the resort. They don't really have a table for me, so they just sort of asked me where I want to sit, which is kind of weird because they made it seem so difficult to make like a booking. But I think in like restaurants like that, that's kind of part of it. Like they have to make it seem like, no. I'm so glad I've got photos to show you with like the stories. So I got the pumpkin soup, and then after they bring this large plate of like food, and it's like these tiny little bites, and I actually took boomerangs of it. That's how excited I was about the food. I was like filming everything, I was taking photos, I wanted to like post all of that for you guys. It was seriously delicious. They had these like fried shrimp sticks and you dip it, and they had like 6 different sauces. I'm thinking, what a great ending to this trip. You know, maybe things didn't work out, but this is great. This is truly what we needed to like cheer up and just not go home in like such a negative like mind state. One of the things on the menu was Parmesan chicken, and I love cheese and I love chicken, and it's like fried chicken. I love fried stuff. The plate of food arrives, and it's not like a fancy restaurant setup because it was actually like 2 giant pieces of chicken. And if you go to like a fancy restaurant, sometimes the portions are really small, but I was so impressed. Like it was a good decent amount of food. And keep in mind that the whole time like I'm facing the kitchen, and it's like an open kitchen, so I can see all the chefs, all the people cooking, and they can sort of see my reaction to things. So I was obviously trying to be like extra polite and extra nice. We're both eating our food, and I cut into my chicken, and it's weird, a little squishy at first, and then a little bit tough, but like I wasn't paying attention to all of that. I was just like taking in the whole experience. You guys know me, like I don't eat like tiny bites. Like I went for like a full nice bite of the chicken. It had some sauce on it, so like I wasn't thinking too much. I thought, you know, like maybe this is not what I was expecting in terms of texture and flavor, but at the same time, like what do I know? Like this is a fancy place, it's like a 5-star restaurant, this is a worldwide known chef, like this must be how chicken is supposed to taste. Maybe I've never tried like nice chicken in my whole life. So I take another second bite of the chicken, and like these are 2 like big bites, so at this point I've eaten like half of a chicken breast, right? I look at the camera guy and I'm like, wow, I didn't realize they put cheese and ham in the chicken, because I looked at the chicken and there was like what seemed to be cheese and ham on the outside. There's no cheese and ham. And I'm like, no, there's definitely cheese and ham, because I was literally biting into like something squishy. Like it felt to me like melted cheese, and I'm like still chewing on it while we're having this conversation. I swallow the food, and he looks at my plate, and he looks at me and he says, I think you're eating raw chicken. And I think I just said, what? And I looked at it, and like I looked at the chicken, and it was not like, it wasn't soft, it wasn't like undercooked, it was pink. It was raw. The whole of the chicken breast, it was fully raw. I talk a lot, and there's not many times in my life in which I was truly speechless. Like I didn't know what to say, and I started to freak out for 3 different reasons, like mostly. The first thing that popped in my head was that a few weeks ago I was doing a food conspiracy video, and one of the stories for the video was about a woman who was on holiday in Greece, and she ate some raw chicken breast, and basically she got home and and she died like 2 days later. I thought the same thing is going to happen to me. I'm going to die here because I ate literally half a chicken breast of chicken. The second thing that was making me freak out was the fact that tomorrow, in a few hours, I was leaving for the airport, and I had the first flight, I think it was like 5 hours, and my second connection flight was 7 to 8 hours. So I was gonna be in a plane the whole day. And the third thing that was making me freak out was the fact that I never ever eat raw food. Like, if you guys watch my videos, I never eat like raw fish, like sushi, or anything that involves any kind of like raw meats, because the last time I remember ever eating sushi, essentially I had this allergic reaction to it, and I had to go to the hospital, and I had to take this like cortisone. I don't know if that makes any sense, just so that the allergic reaction wasn't too bad. They took it to the kitchen, and I literally see all the chefs like coming together and surrounding the plate. There's like 10 people looking at the plate, and they start fighting with each other. Like, they start like saying things and being loud, and I'm like, oh my god, what is actually going on? The guy comes back, the waiter, and he's like, yeah, your chicken is slightly undercooked. I'm like, first of all, it's pink, like I can see it, like it's still there, like it's pink. I'm no expert in cooking, but I'm pretty sure that like undercooked chicken, that's not a thing. Like, you can't undercook chicken. Like, I've watched a lot of MasterChef. Gordon Ramsay is very serious about like raw chicken. So like the restaurant, the resort that the restaurant is in, I mean, no one is really like that concerned. They're like, yeah, you ate like half a chicken breast of raw chicken with potentially like bacteria that could make you very sick, and you do have to get on a plane, and your doctor said that you could get an allergic reaction to it, but at the same time, would you like to eat something else? And like, I honestly didn't even know how to react. I don't want to eat anything else. I wish I could throw up this, but like, I'm not good at throwing up. Like, I tried, like I went to the bathroom, and the good news was I didn't get an allergic reaction. The bad news was I did get food poisoning, and it was almost like immediate. I think 2 hours maybe, like I started to feel very weird. I started to feel very weak. At first I thought maybe it's just in my head, maybe I'm just being dramatic, but no, like my legs were starting to feel weird, like I couldn't feel my legs. My like stomach was very weird, like it kept on making noise, like something is like happening in there. I started to feel like I had air like trapped in like my intestines. I know that's really specific, but that's what it felt like. I feel like I've got something that needs to be like, I don't know, like removed, and my worst nightmare is happening. I've got to get on a plane in like 3-4 hours, and I actually feel like I'm dying. One of the most disturbing things is while this is happening, while I'm on my connection flight, like actually feeling like I'm dying, going to the toilet like every 5 minutes, I kept on getting calls from like, I guess the PR team of the restaurant and the PR team of this hotel. Not one time they asked if I'm feeling okay. All they cared was about the fact that I wouldn't post anything about it, that I wouldn't tell any of you guys what actually happened. That's the thing they were concerned the most about, which honestly, like, this is supposed to be like a 5-star place. Like, you would actually get better treatment at McDonald's or any fast food chain, like genuinely, because they weren't even bothered about whether I was sick, what was happening, about my flights. They just cared whether I was gonna post about it on social media or not. After my first flight, I actually, because I think my body was very weak because I'm like sort of fighting something. I think what happened was I got another virus, basically a virus for like the flu or like a cold. I don't really know exactly what it was. My throat was hurting, I was like sneezing, I had like snot like coming out of like everywhere, literally like every hole in my body had like snot and like stuff. I can't eat, like I can't drink, like I have to be in the toilet every 2 minutes, and I've got another flight of like 8 hours ahead of me until I get home. I never make videos like this, like telling you like that something happened to me, but this story is so surreal, and I feel like I've left you guys without knowing what's going on in my life, without posting videos for the whole month of January, and this is just to show you how insane this month has been. Here's where I want to get to with this story, which is basically 5-star restaurants, Michelin star restaurants, all these things, they literally mean nothing. But when it comes to like the service or whether something is safe to eat, like this means like nothing. Like sometimes it's safer to go to like all these fast food places than it is to go to like this fancy place that might cost hundreds per person. Like that doesn't mean that you're going to get the best food or like the safest experience. While this has been a terrible month, at least I think it's opened my eyes, and I've been really sick for a week and I'm feeling better and I'm ready to make more videos, which is a good thing. I'm very grateful that my body was like able to fight this. But like think if this happened to like a child or someone who maybe is not in such great health conditions as me, like this could have seriously been like something really serious. I feel good about this. I feel like I've sort of want to clear the whole month of January out of my life and just start again, like this time around with like a little bit of more luck maybe. But yeah, hopefully you guys enjoy this. Like I never do this like story time kind of videos or just updates on what's going on in my life, but I think for the first time I felt like it was too much. It's been too long that I just had to sit down and talk with you guys. So hopefully you guys enjoyed that. If you did, please don't forget to give this video a like. I will hopefully try to do more of these more often if you give it a like. And also don't forget to subscribe because new videos start like tomorrow hopefully, or the day after. I'm fine, don't worry about me. I will see you guys very soon with brand new videos. I love you and I will see you guys on my next video. Bye bye.